What's up, creepers? Hey, Geekers, Chris, the Retro Creep. How is everybody doing this steamy, hot afternoon? Oh my God, it's almost 100 degrees here in the Boston area. And I know all my friends from Arizona, I was there for 15 years. I'm going to laugh at that. This is a nice, cool day for them. Plus, they don't have the humidity that we do. But you know what? When someone says, but it's a dry heat, stick your face in an oven, that's a dry heat. And let me know how comfortable that is. Either way, I want to discuss this new news that Sony came out with, and I'm gonna use the word "new" in quotations because that's also going to be a point that I'm going to make. None of this is new. I don't know why anyone's shocked by it. I don't know why it's a surprise. We'll get to that here in a minute. And though I am not a modern gamer by any stretch of anyone's imagination, I just don't get the modern gaming. I don't like the controller. I don't like the thumbsticks. I don't like the style of games. It's just me. I'm more of an arcade, simple, pick up and play, maybe a little bit of an adventure, say like the NES and SNES and Genesis and Master System. That's kind of where I fall in, and you guys should know that by now. But I feel like I have an interesting perspective on this, and people have asked me to talk about it. And by people, I mean one person. Potion Sword Run, during my stream yesterday, asked me, what are your thoughts on Sony coming out and saying that they are no longer going to produce discs from the next coming generations? So, to back up, I'm 51 years old, born in 1975. So I wasn't there for what you would call the first generation consoles, your Pong, your dedicated units. I was born the year that the home Pong craze, or epidemic if you will, became a thing, became popularized. And you did have your little things a little bit before that, like the Odyssey. I wouldn't necessarily call that an interchangeable cartridge system, not by definition. I mean, they were cartridges that went in, but they didn't have programming or ROM on them. They were more pass-throughs for electronics. They would allow the electronics to go a different route depending on what you were playing so that the machine can project something slightly different on the screen. So it was basically no different than pressing a button on a Pong unit to get through the different games. You put a different card in, I guess you would call that. I guess that's more accurate than a cartridge. And it would reroute the electricity, and now you're playing Haunted House, and now you're playing skiing, or whatever it was. You know, then you had the Pong consoles. RCA Studio 2, I'm not going to lump in with any of this, nor like the Telstar. We're going to go straight to second generation Atari 2600 slash... Do I have those right? I hope I have those right. No, I don't. Maybe I do. No. Yeah, I have them right. I'm fucking stupid.
Why do you guys even watch this shit?
But the reason I have these up is because they were the packing games for the two main Atari 2600 consoles. Whether you had the Atari branded one or the Sears branded one, which I had the Sears Heavy 6 or Telegames Video Arcade. It's awesome. It's sexier than any other Atari console. The Vader comes a very close second. But I feel like since I was there, and a lot of you were there, literally from the beginning of interchangeable programming, something that you would put into a machine that would do one thing, and then you pulled it out and it had a completely different thing. You know, you'd be in a spaceship in one game, and the next one you'd be playing with bugs, and then the next one, you know, you're in a tank, or you're going to space in a space shuttle. You know, you guys get what I mean. And then, of course, later on, the discs came out, an inevitable change. Sony, the PlayStation, another one of the most fantastic consoles of all time. PlayStation 2 probably being the GOAT. Genesis is my favorite of all time, but PlayStation 2 would probably be the GOAT of all gaming consoles. That's like that missing link, you know? The missing link between the charm of the old days and what's to come. And then throughout the years, it was just standard practice. You would go to your store. You would go to a rental store. And you would pick out a game, you would peruse it, and you would look at all of them, and there would be this imagination that would come up, the excitement of the pending adventures that you were going to go on, whether it be The Legend of Zelda, or whether it be Combat, or whether you wanted to play Vector Man. you're looking at the back of the box, you're reading the thing, and you're like, ooh, and you're picturing that in your head. You have something in your hand, you have something tangible that you just can't recreate when it comes to the digital thing, right? Right? And then you brought it home, and then you put it into another machine. A lot of people don't understand, or they don't realize, maybe I should say it that way, they don't realize a lot of the things we do in life has a ritual to it. You don't look at it as that extreme. And most people, when they think of ritual, they think of satanic panic and all that stupid shit. But honestly, think about it. If you smoke a pipe, there's a ritual to smoking that pipe, whether it be tobacco or the fun tobacco. You know, you get your thing out, you make sure the thing's clean, you pack it just the way you like it, with the product that you like it. You light it in a certain way, and then you enjoy that experience how you enjoy it. Whether it's while reading the paper, or you're out on the porch, or you're in the woods because you're underage. You know, there's a ritual to things. And I think that's what gaming is to you and I, the Gen Xer, you know, and maybe even that the early millennials, you know, or even just millennials in general, because they grew up during the... See, I kind of discount the N64 and the GameCube days because I can't stand either one of those consoles. I don't know why. I genuinely don't have a legit reason to not like them. I just went straight to PlayStation, you know, after Genesis. So maybe I'm a little biased there, but we all experienced that ritual of going to the store or borrowing a game from a buddy or renting it from your local rental place, whether it was a mom and pop or your GameStops or your Suncoast Videos, which I think those are retail and not so much rental, but you understand what I'm talking about, and bringing it home. And I think that's why VHS is so hot right now. So hot right now because it's a ritualistic thing. It's not just a physicality. There's a sound to it. There's a smell to it. There's a vibe to it. And we grew up with those sounds and those vibes. And now you have certain people trying to live those as if they were in our time, you know? I mean, there are a lot of people our age collecting these things to reminisce. But there's also people who missed out on that. They're trying to experience that. And I see that all over TikTok. You know, every day there's going to be a couple of chicks or a couple of dudes that are like, look at this VHS I just found, you know? The Wizard of Gore. Great flick. I've yet to see the remake with, I believe, Crispin Glover's in it. I just could never find it. And then I forgot about it. But I used to rent The Wizard of Gore all the time. So there is a ritual to all this. Blowing into the cartridges. I was talking to my daughters. They're 18 now. Talking to my daughters about it. And that's the first thing one of them did. They pretended to blow into a cartridge. They've never had to really truly experience that, with the exception of a few things that I've done with them and things that they've heard and seen me talk about. They've never had to blow into a cartridge. They've seen me do it. But again, there's that ritual. There's that comfort zone. There's that funness to it. But then now you got to talk about generations, right? Different generations have different ideals and different ways of thinking of things, you know? Think of it like politics. And don't comment down below anything about politics. I just want to use this as an example. Look at Congress. The fact that there are dickheads still in Congress, whether I'm for or against their party, that have been there for decades. And I mean decades. There's a lady there with funny hair that's been there since the 90s. And what I'm trying to say is that lady can't genuinely represent the new batch of voters coming out of the woodwork, because they can't relate, and vice versa, to the world in which each different individual, respectively, have grown up in. Am I sad to see it? Absolutely. I am really sad to see it. There is no more charm to the acquisition of the ritual, I guess. There is no charm in it. It's a piece of paper, if you're still going to go that route. If GameStops even exist anywhere, all the ones around me are gone. There may be one or two somewhere that I haven't sought out because I don't need to. But the one I would go to frequently, both down the street in this town called Malden and at the Square One Mall, they're both gone. And I think the one in Stoneham is gone too. Not too sure. Redstone Plaza. If someone's local and you could tell me, I know there's a Five Guys or something like that over there. Maybe they took over that spot. Am I sad to see physical media go? Yes. Am I surprised? Absolutely not. And this is, I think, the main point I want to make. People are shocked. People are surprised. People are getting angry. Sony came out and said no more physical media. And I'm upset about this. And they're rightfully so upset. Because that is their experience. That's the part of gaming that is so important to them. It's not just about the game. It's about the ritual. It's about the ritual. But you have this new generation of folks coming out that are minimalists. And I appreciate that to the tilt. Are minimalists. And they don't see the point in all of this plastic existing. And in a way, they're fucking right. In a way, they're right. So things are just going in the direction in which the winds are blowing. Where the people are going to. Their ideals. And I'm sure somewhere there are people doing studies. More digital games are being bought by this demographic who are starting to get older now and get adult money than this demographic. And going back to my thought that I completely took a left turn from, the fact that anyone's surprised, shocked, or even angry about it at this point blows my mind. Because, and I'll tell you this, when I was still in Arizona, I've been back 11 years this fall. And even maybe a year before that, I worked for a place called Cloud Blue. And the PS4 and the Xbox One was fairly new at the time. I remember when we would get one into my work, we refurbished electronics that were returned to Amazon under contract. It was called reverse logistics. And I was in a department that did a lot of like the specific electronics, the gaming stuff, and things people didn't quite, like motors. People didn't know how to hook up motors to a fucking cord and plug it in to make sure it works, you know, stuff like that. Laptops and, you know, things to like. And whenever we would get like a PS4 in, it would get exciting. And then Xbox, at that generation, if I remember correctly, came out with the S. Someone let me know. And that was only digital, or there was two versions. Either way, during that generation, there were consoles that were digital only. And it was my understanding, and maybe these were just the rumors of everything, that the next generation of console after that, which is now the PS5 and whatever Xbox is called now, that's fucking sad. I don't even know what it's called. But that generation was going to be strictly digital. Everyone talked about it. I saw it on here from the same people who were in a way upset about this, or surprised, I should say. Maybe not upset. Surprised that Sony's like, yeah, next generation, if we make a console, it's going to be all digital. And people are coming out and being like, hey, they're killing gaming and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't think they're killing gaming. I think they're just adapting to the new ideals of the next generations. And unfortunately, it does make sense. Do I care either way? I kind of do. I do care on the nostalgia of the ritual. I play a lot of downloaded games on my laptop when we do our live streams. So it doesn't bother me to download games to Switch. I got a couple downloaded games on there. I'd like to have the option, but now you have stores that don't want to carry this stuff anymore. And you got manufacturers that don't want to manufacture it anymore. And you got companies seeing that it's going to just cost too much and it's not worth it. So there are a bajillion reasons why going digital makes sense. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that I'm shocked by how many people are surprised. Because it was my understanding the PlayStation 5 and, you know, the Switch 2, whatever it's called, and whatever the Xbox is called today, was supposed to strictly come out as digital. And I feel like people are, and I don't want to say they're not being grateful. That's kind of fucked up to say. But I think they should look at it that way and say, you know what, we got one more generation, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. One more opportunity to buy a machine and then buy pieces of plastic to stick into that machine to experience what it is I want to experience, whatever that journey is, whatever that adventure is going to be. And I think we should look at it more positive than negative. I think we should look at it as, you know what, we got to experience that. We're the old motherfuckers now, and the world belongs to the young. So I'm curious as to what you think. Let me know down in the comments. Subscribe, don't subscribe, I don't care. Just be part of the conversation without being a teabag. And guys, wherever in the world you are, I genuinely hope you're doing well. And until next time, take care, keep it real. I'm going to eat my lunch that's been sitting here in front of me. I made some honey mustard hot wings, my own sauce. And this is one of those, it's cheap burgers, but it's like, it's got cheddar and bacon infused inside of it. Everything my doctor would punch me in the eye from eating. Because I don't know how much longer I want to be here. Genuinely, hope you guys are doing well. And until next time, take care, keep it real, and bye-bye.